In a world where bare bones van costs $50,000, before you even buy the first piece of wood, we decided to do something different. We bought this ambulance for $6,800 that came pre-insulated, pre-wired, and ready to hit the road. Not gonna lie though, it didn't look like this. Today we are going to cover the costs of what it took to take the stock ambulance and turn it into this Overland machine you see behind me. In this video, I'm not going to break down each individual cost. I'm going to go over the sections of the build and how much they cost in general, and I'll cover some of the details along the way. After buying the ambulance back in 2019, for the first 3 years, we decided to just use it for weekends and vacations, and we slowly upgraded piece by piece along the way. This included starting off with a bed, then a sink, then some water tanks, and just kind of kept going from there. But during that 3 years, we kept a lot of the ambulance cabinets, electricity, and all of that. And it was really, really good for traveling for weekends, vacations. We did a couple 2 to 3 week long trips. It was fantastic. So for $6,800, got us the vehicle. For a few extra bucks, we were able to go out and use it within a week of buying it. Using the ambulance the way it was, with just little pieces by pieces for 3 years, really allowed us to see what we wanted for when we went full time. This allowed us to figure out the layout and the products we want to use, all of that, which is a huge help for when you start your complete build. When we started our build, we knew exactly where we wanted things to be, and this made things much easier. And now that we've been on the road for 3.5 years, we really wouldn't change much. The layout is pretty much perfect for our use, and that's 2 of us and a dog that really enjoy this space. In 2022, we decided we wanted to hit the road full time, and we decided to gut everything completely and built it out to our dream home on wheels, and this is where we're at. Our original plan when we decided to do a gut was only to gut half of the vehicle. There was a lot of things in here that we liked in the original build. However, once we started digging into it, we found we had mouse problems and there was things destroyed. So we decided to gut everything completely, and this really added to the cost of our build. We were originally going to reuse a lot of the ambulance cabinets because they were really good quality and try to reuse as much as we could. But when we got to the full gut and we ripped everything out, we just realized that it wouldn't fit in the space and the plan that we had going forward. In the end, I'm so glad we gutted everything out because it has really come together the way we needed to. And we've now, it's been full-time home for the past 3.5 years. Now let's dive into some of the numbers. Let's just cover the house or the box of the whole ambulance. That includes the interior, the solar setup, the whole 9 yards. For that, we are in at about $35,000. This includes battery, solar. We used extruded aluminum for all of our framing behind all of the cabinets and the bed and all of that. So it's a little bit added cost, but the strength and durability I prefer over the wood. And then, of course, the wood, the toilet, the refrigerator, the oven, the stove, really covers just about everything. It may sound like a lot, however, for being a house and having absolutely everything we need with 2200 watts of solar, 1200 amp hours of battery, a 95-liter dual zone refrigerator, an oven with a stove, 65-gallon water tank, you name it, we have it in here. 35 grand is actually a decent price for everything that we have in our home. When you are building your van, one of the things that you don't really think about to begin with is the small things, the little wiring, the nuts, the bolts, all of that that is hidden behind. Those costs really, really add up. The big ticket items, like I mentioned earlier, the fridge and stove, battery, solar, all of that, they're easy. That's super easy. But when you start figuring out 10 feet of wire and 20 feet of wire and 1,000 bolts and screws and all of that, those really, really add up. And that is one thing that a lot of people forget to budget into their build. Included in that $35,000 are battery and solar. Our whole electronic system is right about $10,000 to $12,000 worth of cost. That includes Victron charge controllers, inverter, all of that. We also have lithium batteries. We have 2200 watts of solar, all of the wiring, all of that. $10,000 to $12,000 included in that $35,000 for the habitat. The other part of our build, which is unique for ours, we wanted a 4x4 and we were only 2-wheel drive at the time. And that conversion with wheels, tires, all the 4x4 conversion, a couple little upgrades to it as well, was about $25,000. For most people, that would not be an addition, but if you have a two-wheel drive vehicle and you're trying to convert to four-wheel drive, that could be a costly item that you need to add to your budget. For us, it was well worth it because we use our 4x4 often, and we really try to get off the beaten path and hit some of the more remote locations, and we like to off-road. So having that 4x4, definitely needed for us. Since our initial build, we have done some upgrades as well. We've added another battery, we've added some more solar, just some other little tweaks and odds and ends. And I would say that would add up to a few $1,000s over the 3.5 years that we've been on the road. One of the other upgrades that cost about $5,000 to $6,000 was upgraded seats in the cab. We went with Scheel-mann seats. They have the swivel pedestals so we can swivel them around, use them while we're sitting in the house. It actually comes our little living room. Really great upgrade to have, especially when you're spending those long days in the seats. So when you add up the interior, the electrical, the Scheel-mann seats, the exterior with the 4x4 conversion, all the little miscellaneous upgrades over the past 3.5 years, we're only sitting at about $75,000 for this entire off-grid home that we're literally traveling the world in. The only tricky part that this does not cover is my labor. I have spent hours upon hours upon hours building this, researching this, everything involved to get this on the road and keep it on the road. And that time, I don't even know if you could add a value to it, and it would just, if you did, it would put it through the roof. So if you are building it yourself, you can really save a lot of money, but just know that it will take a lot of time and effort to do it. I feel like if you would go pay a professional shop to be able to do a build inside of your vehicle, you'd be looking at a price tag of $150,000 to $200,000 with vehicle costs, parts, labor, all of that, which is pretty standard for Sprinter vans and all the other high-end camper vans that are on the market right now. So if you decide to do it yourself, you can knock a bunch of that off. Like I said, just know it's going to take time, effort, blood, sweat, tears. Lots of blood, sweat, and tears. In the end, $75,000 might sound like a lot, but it wasn't like we dropped this all in one day. If that number scares you, do what we did back in 2019. Buy a vehicle that is dirt cheap, throw a couple of things in it to get you out on the road, and just go. Go enjoy it, and don't worry about this massive budget. Figure it out along the way before you go and gut everything or build your dream vehicle, because I guarantee you, the first time you do it, it won't be correct. You will want to change things the more you use it down the road. So start with a small budget, a minimalist build, go from there, work your way up. Then when you're ready to really jump into it after using it for a year or two, that's when you can go and build your dream vehicle. I hope this video helped you out and answered a few questions for you. If you do have any further questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. I'll respond as quickly as I can, or shoot us a private message over on Instagram or Facebook. Happily to help there as well. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe and the bell so you're notified for next time. And until next time, we'll see you later.